It's me, the Sapper Gardener, and Mrs. SG, Mrs. Sapper Gardener. And we're just out here, we're harvesting our purple hull peas, which we've got quite a few of them here. And usually what we do, we try to let ours dry as much as we can on the vine. Then we take them in, we harvest them. We've got lawn bags, we harvest them, put them in, finish drying them out. And then we will store them, and we'll store ours either in jars or bags with some diatomaceous earth sprinkled in to help make sure we don't have any living pests in there. And then of course we'll clean them before we soak any to cook. So the garden's doing actually pretty good out here. We are cleaning, we're in the garage garden, as we like to call it. So we're cleaning it up. Once we get most of the veggies out that we're going to harvest, the peas, the corn, the okra, sunflower seeds, which we've still got scattered about here, then we'll come through and we'll weed this area. And then we'll start doing some of our weed suppression, which will be in an upcoming video. We use a lot of different techniques to control weeds, flame weeding, vinegar spray. We use tarps, not silage tarps, but usually just regular tarps. We do have some silage tarps that we've used, but we'll show you guys some of the cheap places that we get tarps. And just lots of different ways. We also use cover crops. So a lot of different methods that we use to control weeds, and we'll try to go in depth in that in a video to be coming soon before we start shutting the garden down for the fall. So yeah, Mrs. SG thought it'd be a good idea to let you guys see us actually doing some garden work instead of me sitting in front of a camera opening up boxes or sitting in the kitchen cooking food. So we have a guest in our home today, and we're not going to put him on camera, but he's helping us out a lot. We just finished cutting the grass, so next I'll be collecting the grass cuttings to go into our compost pile. And we will be clearing and doing some tree maintenance on our fruit trees to get ready to go into the fall. So, anything I missed for a quick update, sweetie?
We're good.
Okay, she says we're good, so if she says we're good, we probably are. So that's a code for turn the camera off and get your lazy butt back to work. So, yep, we dried these perfectly on the vine. And you can see when we open these, they're dried out perfectly. So these, we may let sit for a day, but they're basically ready to go into storage now. That's a perfectly dried purple hull pea. And I can't remember if this is the Pinkeye or the knockout purple hull peas. I'll have to go back and look through our garden planning guide, but whichever one it is, it will be delicious and some food coming up. Yep, so we are sitting here just doing some yard maintenance and seeing the different plants growing up. And I have to double check with Mrs. SG because this says sesame. I have never grown sesame before, so we'll have to double check to make sure this is actually what's growing in here. But it's very interesting to see these pods on it. So if it's not sesame, we'll put down below what it actually is. And of course our Malabar spinach has gone to seed. So this one is very easy to be self-sufficient with. You can harvest thousands of seeds each year from your plants and resow them the next year. And if you don't resow them, you don't have to worry, they'll self-sow themselves unless you take them out at about this phase and compost them, which is what we probably will do because Malabar spinach actually does not store very well. So we'll harvest what we can, then we'll uproot these, and then it'll go into the compost pile. And talking about being self-sufficient and self-sustaining, the bitter melon, when it is fully ripe and ready to drop seed looks like this. So no, it's not anything from the Aliens movie. It's actually just a bitter melon that's beyond ripe and ready to start life over again as seeds. So yeah, we have a few there. This is the white bitter melon. We have a few there that we'll still harvest for eating, but the rest of these, now that they're splitting open, we know the seeds are ready to be harvested. We'll take these off, we'll clean the seeds well, and we will store these for next year's garden. So, did I miss anything, SK1?
The corn?
The corn is just done. We've harvested from the corn.
Where's the corn? Oh.
Yeah, we've harvested all the corn. I don't see any more.
Ready.
Nope, there's no more. I think Mrs. SG has gotten all the corn off of this batch here. And I don't remember what this one is, but whatever it was, the corn was tasty. This may have been another batch of Danny corn because we planted Danny corn in a few places. But whatever it was delicious.
Here's another one here too.
Sunflower
So
seeds.
we're out with our buddy who I'm gonna try to keep off camera to respect his privacy. But he pointed out we have another bed here that says sesame also, and it looks the same. So we're going to assume, without checking with Mrs. SG, that these are what sesame plants look like. So it'll be interesting to open these pods up and see what it looks like inside. But we're stoked. We're always trying new things in the garden, and this is definitely new for us this year. She planted sesame, she planted Kia plants. She planted quite a few of the new experimental plants that we have. But again, next year we're going to have dedicated space for anything that we're experimenting with, and we'll do a much better job. And when I say we, I actually mean me, because Mrs. SG is good about knowing what she planted where and marking stuff, but I'll do a better job of making sure that I know what we're growing, where it's growing, and who it came from, so that we can give you guys a better outlook on what's going where. So it's getting late in the day, but we have a couple more things to show you. Let me switch you guys around. So we grew several different type of loofah gourds, and Mrs. SG is showing one. And this is what she's more familiar with in the Philippines. So we have a few over here on this plant, and over here along the fence we've got some monster ones, but these are a different variety. So you can see the texture in this one is different, much smoother without the ridges. And we've got a few of these hidden along the fence over here, and we're just letting them grow. The smaller ones like this one maybe, and it's a dark green and a light green, so even on the same plant we got some variation. But the smaller ones like that we might eat. The big ones we'll save those, and we'll use those for cleaning. So we have one small one Mrs. SG harvested. We'll cook that one for dinner tomorrow, and just enjoy. So a lot of different updates in the garden. It's fall now, but we still have some stuff going. What was this one, sweetie?
Hyotan squash, the upo.
And we also have the upo, the Hyotan squash,
Patola.
and that's one's called patola. And both these were gifted to us by our friend Colleen, and some of the seeds earlier in the year. If you can see it, you can't help but see that right there. So those are huge. We had some for dinner tonight, but we have to thank our friend Colleen again. She gifted us so many seeds. We can't even name them all. But kind of haphazard all over the place garden update with a change of clothing. We started one day, this is another day. Obviously I'm in work attire, and just giving you guys a garden tour, garden walkthrough, garden update. And we will hopefully have more cohesive videos on what we're doing and planning as the season comes to an end and we get ready for 2020. So, as always, this is Rob, the Sapper Gardener, with Mrs. SG, representing Essayons Family Garden, along with Sapper Pup Maggie, jumping on me. Maggie down. Maggie. Yeah, we don't allow her to jump on folks when they're dressed up. So, you know that, Maggie. So, God bless our great country, America. God bless you, wherever you may reside around the world. God bless your garden, your harvest, your kitchen, your meals, and especially God bless your family. Have health, success, and prosperity as we do. Maggie, come. And God bless your pets if you have any. Keep them safe. So, again, this is Rob, the Sapper Gardener. Take care, everyone. Sapper out.